I'm calling to order the Public Works and Engineering Services Committee for Tuesday, January 23rd. Having already said the invocation and pledge, we are one member short a quorum this morning, so we are going to hear the items on this agenda. It is my intention to move all of those to debate for the full Board of Commissioners. We are going to start with Mr. Gordon.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good.
Good.
Our first item this morning is a bid for a water line under I-20 from Sugar Creek to Gateway Boulevard. This project is to help serve the hospital that's there in Grovetown. And this 1,400 feet of water line under the interstate. And it's the low bidder is Quality Plus Services at a bid price of $953,711. The budget was $1.1 million, so we're under budget, and staff recommends approval of this bid.
Thank you. And I did have one question on that. The boring under the interstate, that just starts at, on one side and goes underneath. There's no impeding traffic or anything of that nature?
No, it'll be in a casing, what's called a casing. So we'll bore a casing under and put the pipe through the casing. So if there's ever any issues, we can pull it out,
Right.
maintain it without affecting the interstate.
Good, thank you. That to debate. Next.
All right, the second item is a independent contractor agreement with Infrastructure Systems Management to do a design for a force main from the Riverwood West pumping station. It's a large pumping station that is it's much bigger than the pumping station it pumps to. So we have a large one pumping to a smaller one, and we're currently overwhelming our smaller lift station. So we're going to take this flow off the lift station, run it directly to our larger gravity main. Also in this project, we want to extend the gravity main up Little Coyote Creek across Washington Road. So it's kind of a two-part. We have a force main and a gravity main. But the engineer has a proposal for 6% of the construction fee. Staff recommends approval of the proposal to ISM.
We'll move that to debate as well. Next.
Our last item is a sole source contract with Advanced Wireless Solutions. They are the approved installer for our census meter technology for remote reads. And we have two locations, one in Harlem and one on Ridge Road we'd like to install. This will expand our system, give us about 3,400 capability of covering about 3,400 more customers, and that'll leave us about 6,700 to go to finish out the entire county of current customers. So staff recommends approval of this proposal for $46,696.
I would imagine that saves on labor cost.
It does. We don't have to go out and drive trucks or go wind touch and read, so it's much easier on us and keeps our staff down. So.
Right, and probably safer as well.
It is, yes.
Okay, thank you. We'll move that to debate. Mr. Gordon. Titus.
Morning.
Morning.
The first item we have for your consideration is an independent contractor agreement with Columbia Engineering for the Reed Creek Stream Bank Stabilization Project. This is a project that was approved in 23-28 SPLOST with a total project budget of about $875,000. This is the first phase. Staff reached out to 4 or 5 engineering firms requesting proposals for the first phase, which is surveying the section of creek we want to stabilize the bank, and also developing some conceptual plans and some cost estimating. This is just for that preliminary engineering. There are several opportunities to stabilize it, whether structural, non-structural, and we would like to investigate that further through a conceptual development phase. Columbia Engineering was the lowest, most responsive bidder at a price of $23,430 and 3 months to complete the work. Staff recommends approval.
Thank you. We'll move that to debate. Next, we have on the agenda a public hearing, which we will not be able to hold today because of the lack of quorum. So we will postpone and advertise that at a later date, and we will also postpone the related item following the public hearing on the agenda.
Do we have anybody here for the public hearing? Road abandonment? We just wanted to take note just in case, Madam Chair.
Okay.
we'll re-advertise that and bring that back to the committee.
Any legal matters? Staff reports.
Yes, ma'am. I have the year-to-date budget report and the water and sewer construction project reports available if you have any questions.
Will update us on the UV water treatment project.
I thought since Chairman Doug
I
wasn't
know.
here, thought I might get away with that
I know
one.
Doug would want me to ask.
Yes, we're kind of in the final phase of completing that project. We're currently holding weekly meetings with our contractor just to make sure all the items that are on critical path to meet our startup. We're scheduled for startup the second week in March. We should be going to second week and third week in March for our startup. So we're, like I said, we're currently holding weekly meetings just to make sure we're not missing anything and we're getting those items finished. We need to have startup done by April 1st because we really start our busy season at that point.
Right, okay, thank you very much. Titus?
Yes, we have the roadway projects report as well as the roadway resurfacing report for your review. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those.
Thank you, and these are new reports, correct?
Yes, ma'am, they are.
They're very helpful, I appreciate you working on that. I don't have any questions on them at this time. Do we have any commissioner or public comment? We have 2 executive session items which we will, and we will adjourn at 8:48.